guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited you're able to join me today, and I hope that my audio sounds amazing because I got a new microphone as a gift from a friend, and hopefully it is helping you guys to withstand my videos a little bit better. And thank you to that friend. I know that they are watching, so I just want to say thank you to them, even though they totally did not need to do this for me. But anyway, we're into the video today. It's gonna be relatively short. Excuse me, I probably shouldn't cough directly into the microphone now that I actually have a microphone that picks up sounds. Anyway, we're building a apartment. It's kind of a limited budget, so it's just the starter funds. And I'm building it and it's a starter fund for one, and if you had two individuals, you'd have a little bit more money. So you should be able to move into this with two people, and then you'd also have some leftover money. But in my head, this is for two brothers, one who's like a young adult who's just starting out in the workforce, and then his younger brother, who I imagine was like a teen. The one in the workforce, I imagine maybe he is like a police officer or a programmer. I kind of have him having a dark and moody and pretty empty room. Obviously, it's pretty empty because of the lack of funds, but you know, it just kind of happens that way when you don't have that much money. You have to prioritize, and there's definitely things I could have done to make it cheaper, but I also kind of like the idea that it would be kind of empty because it is just two brothers, and men sometimes don't really know how to decorate, but they have furniture. It's not nice furniture, but they have furniture. As you'll see there, I just kind of finished up the kitchen. I'm using a lot of parenthood stuff because I feel like that works really well with kind of the story I was trying to tell, with like those two brothers just kind of having the basics, nothing fancy. It's just this apartment building in San Myshuno. It's the 2B Jasmin Suites apartment in the Spice. Is it the Spice District? It's the one in the upper left-hand corner. I think it's the Spice. Spice sounds right, but it also sounds wrong. But it's the one where there's like that basketball court right across the street, so I think that could be kind of fun. But yeah, I'm just decorating this. I did, when I built this, I know the last one I talked about how these Adventure Away curtains that I'm putting up, they had finally added the little wood beam that connects with them. But I also saw little Sympathy talk about this in her video, how the swatches do not match. And so, like, why did you add this after the pack came out, and then the swatches still don't match the original wood beam? Like, for what reason? It's so aggravating, but I also didn't really have the money to do it anyway. So, yeah. But I'm gonna really dive into the little brother's room. Not little, I mean, he's a teenager in my head. He's really into guitar and I don't know, and the color orange. I feel like blue and orange is a color scheme I don't use a lot. I don't use orange a lot, mostly because we don't have a lot of orange things. But I really like how this room turned out. It doesn't quite look like a starter room, but then you can kind of see the rest of the house looks like starter room. So maybe it's because I used a lot of the budget in here. Like, I have some clutter that probably isn't necessary. Like, I have that laundry basket, and I put some clothes underneath it to make it look a little messy. But yeah, I kind of went a little bit crazy there. I'm not a little bit crazy, but this brother has some clutter on the walls. He's got some things. Yeah, the poor other brother literally just has like a desk and his bed. I don't even think he has a rug in his room. Oofda. Poor little guy. Not little guy. I mean, also poor guy, because I imagine that he's like raising his teen brother. That is a challenge in The Sims 4. But I believe then they would start as a kid for like the one where you're raising, where you have like an young adult and a teen. Not for certain though. I know I played that like forever ago, like in a casual playthrough, but I want to say I used cheats so that she was a teen, which makes it like infinitely harder because how are you making money as a teen? You're literally not. And now we're decorating the hallway, and I just kind of put up some photo frames and a plant because what else would you put in the hallway? The other bathroom, the little brother's bathroom. I can just say the brother because they're both brothers, but the little brother's bathroom is very plain, and I just used a tub because I figured that would be cheaper than a shower, and that way you have a tub because I did put a shower in the bathroom that's attached to the older brother's room, so like obviously you could just go in there and use that shower if you really needed to, but yeah, I wanted to make sure you had both options available. And this bathroom is also very empty, but I do have like a little what would you even call that? A little like storage cupboard. I also realized that I always put a bathrobe on the door, but I feel like it's not, kind of realistic. We always hang up our towels and stuff on the door, but I don't know. Maybe that's going to be my little like signature. Who knows? But here we're going through and just adding in some artwork. I'm just trying to find as cheap of artwork as possible, and I'm also trying to debate whether or not I want to include those, and I ended up deciding I don't want to include those wooden beans like I was talking about earlier. It was not worth the hassle for me to try to make it work. But I did include a gaming console. I think it'd be fun to kind of have the two brothers sit down and play games together. In the kitchen, I add a microwave because I feel like they would totally be relying on microwave meals. This could just be me being like, oh my god. I'm also realizing I did not edit out any of the times where I accidentally opened up the options panel, and that is totally my fault because I was distracted while I was editing this video. But it is what it is. It only pops up on screen for like a second, and I'm like, oh crap. Oh, and there's like the third time that that's happened. Cute. And maybe I shouldn't have drawn attention to it because it's whatever. I'm also sorry because, like, as I've stated before, I am a teacher, and so I do be teaching and talking all day. And I'm also like, I hit a wall today at 3 o'clock. I was like, oh my gosh, like I was doing fine today, and I hit a wall, and I just did not want to do quite literally anything, which is horrible because, like, what do you mean I didn't want to do anything? Ugh. It was not a fun time, but here we're kind of adding the last minute things. I went and I add some curtains into the older brother's room, as well as just a few little things there. I thought maybe he would want to go back, or maybe they came from, oh my god, what's the world that came with Horse Ranch? Oh, I am totally blanking. But that's where I imagine maybe they moved to the big city for his job, um, or to be like, maybe that's where his grandparents are from. I'm not quite sure, but obviously you can play with however you want to. That's one good thing about builds is that you don't necessarily have to play with it how it's left. But then the very last thing we're doing is just adding some stuff to this entryway. Anywho, thank you all so much for watching. If you want to download this apartment, it's available in the Sims 4 gallery under my gallery name or under hashtag #OutHouseGames. I appreciate you all for watching, and I will see you guys with another new video here soon. I post on Sundays and Wednesdays now, I believe, is when I'm going to start posting. So I will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!